heard some pretty wonderful statements from our potential leaders here in this state. Leaders who really are thinking differently from the past, who want to take us forward in some new directions. It's really exciting. We also have to celebrate a movement that we're connected to all around the world and here in this state for years and years prior to us here today. In fact, I can't help but share the story of a lot of students, a lot of Middlebury College students who are doing the same sort of ride from Burlington to Montpelier just about 4 or 5 years ago. This movement hasn't just gotten started, it's been going for a long time now, and it's going to continue going and continue growing. And it's really exciting to be part of that and have you guys here being part of that here today. But I think the other sort of part to celebrate is the fact that this movement isn't just settling for the kinds of the speeches that we've just heard. We're not settling for step-by-step approaches to this issue. We are calling for a real transformation of the way our world works. 100% renewable energy in Vermont to replace Vermont Yankee, that's the bare minimum of what we should be aiming for. I don't really think I need to talk to all of you about what the number 350 means. We all know that we're well above 350 parts per million in the atmosphere. And we also know that there's this massive movement of people mobilizing around the world, calling on our leaders to get us back below 350 parts per million. But recognizing where we are today, we're above 350, to get back below 350 really requires a transformation of not only our energy, about our transportation, our communities, the way our whole systems work. And to me, when we ride to Burlington, I'm going to be holding in my heart a lot of thoughts and memories of a lot of people I've worked with and I've seen photos of and I've seen videos of, the people in this movement all across the world, people in Africa, people in Asia, people who are experiencing the effects of climate change right now. It's not a distant threat in the future that we and they might experience at some point. There are people who can't grow their crops today. There are people who are watching the water levels rise today. This is a real crisis that we're facing, and it's up to us to keep this movement going, and we'll be holding those people, those communities in our hearts as we ride. And we're calling on the candidates for governor and all our leaders in this state to recognize the severity of that crisis as well as the immensity of the opportunity we have, and to not take this lightly. To not take this, the language that we heard today is really exciting and we can celebrate that, but we want to get to work making sure that we really have solid plans, and I'm very excited to hear the sort of detailed plans that all the candidates for governor have to ensure that we do get to 100% renewable energy in the next 20 years or sooner. And I'm excited that we're all going to get to work with them to implement those solutions. But we're recognizing that the crisis we're in and the scale of the problem we have also requires a much larger scale of action. And that's what we're calling for here today. That's what we're holding in our hearts as we ride to Burlington. And I'm so excited to get on the road with you all, so let's go do it. All right, everybody. My name's Ben Wessel. I'm from Middlebury College. I want to thank you all for being here. And let's get active. Let's enough listening. You know, we heard about walking the walk. We heard about talking the talk. Let's ride the ride, right? Isn't that why we're here? All right. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about what we're going to be doing today and what we're going to be doing every day until November when we hold this election to determine what the energy future of Vermont really looks like. So today we're going to ride on our bikes and we're going to go to Burlington and we're going to say Montpelier is pointing us in a new direction. And we're riding that new direction straight to the voters. Isn't that what we're doing? We're going to where most people are and we're going to tell them, you know what you got to do? You know what you got to do this summer? You know what you got to do this fall? You got to vote for clean energy. You got to vote because Vermont can do better than Vermont Yankee. Vermont could do better than Hydro-Quebec. Vermont could do better than natural gas. Isn't that right? All right.
So we're going to be around all summer. We're going to be registering young voters who love clean energy, who are worried about their future, who know that it's all about the jobs that we're going to have here in Vermont, who know that we need to have a clean environment and a safe climate so that we can raise our families in a sustainable way as well. So we're announcing our goal right now of registering 2,000 young voters from across the state who are all voting based on clean energy. That's what we're going to be doing nonstop. Who needs homework? Who needs a job? This is what we're working on. We're working on our future. So in order to get this started, what do we have to do first? Well, we've got to stretch, right? We don't want to cramp up. Like, that wouldn't be good. So let's do something that's called climate calisthenics. All right, so I want to see you guys all fan out. I want you all in front of me. And I want everyone on these steps who's feeling like things are a little bored, a little tired inside to come down, do some climate calisthenics with us. I'll show you how you make change. All right. So here's the first thing that we know that we have. We've got high goals. Reach up for your high goals. We're going super high. We're talking 100% clean energy before 2020. We're talking about every young person in the state voting to shut VY. But in